I would like to greet you, brothers and sisters, with the greeting words of peace, which we say in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings, family. This is your brother, Knowledge 5845 on the ground, author determined to change, student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I'm also live on my YouTube page. So if you want to go to my YouTube page, subscribe to Winford X on YouTube. What I want to do, family, is I want to start and strive to the best of my ability to build up my YouTube page. All right. I finally found some time to get some solid Wi-Fi going, but I want to be able to go live on my Instagram too, because a lot of topics that I want to dialogue with the brothers and sisters about. So again, subscribe to my YouTube page because I want to get that. I want to get that platform. I want to be able to accumulate and get that going too. So I want to be able to traffic and send traffic to my YouTube page from my Facebook, from my Instagram, But what I want to do is the topic I want to talk about tonight, brothers and sisters, if I may, is I don't know if y'all heard or not, but it's been going around. But of course, we know about Young Thug being incarcerated by the feds, getting hit with a RICO Act. Gunna, another known hip hop artist, getting hit with a RICO Act. You have YFN Lucci that's incarcerated, and these brothers having beef with one another. So it's a post going around with Fulton County DA Fani Williams. Okay. I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but Fulton County DA Fani Williams, she's a Black woman, and she's addressing claims that she's targeting members of the hip hop community by using rap lyrics in RICO cases. All right. Now, this is what she said on the post, on what I seen from the little clip that I seen. She said that she's going to continue to allow their lyrics. She said that they were snitching on themselves, which I do agree with that. I do have to agree with what she said about them snitching on themselves. This ain't new, man. This is not something new. But for those that know, see, I did 15 years in a federal penitentiary. So this language, I know this language like the back of my hand. I know this language. I understand how the DA works. I understand how the court system works. I understand the unseen hand that is not seen. But I wanna strive to address our sister Fani Williams, who's the DA of Fulton County. Well, I want to take it back to Brother Malcolm X. Brother Malcolm X said, anytime that truth is being present and anytime that truth is being revealed, the unseen hand, wicked people in high places, they know how to create an offset. Let me explain to you what an offset is. An offset is when truth is present. But what happened is evil people in high places, wickedness in high places that are not fond, meaning that are not cool with you and I, who are our open enemies, who are our natural enemies. They use one of our own. They use someone who's intelligent from the Black community. See what I'm saying? They use one who's very intelligent, who know how to articulate their words to target their own people. Now, you have to be careful and you have to pay attention and be very skillful to the words that she used. This woman said, now, see what it is falsehood mixed with truth. See, you throw a little truth in there, and when the truth is present, that's where our attention is turned to. Our attention is turned towards the truth. But the falsehood comes in. See, that's the deceptive intelligence. That's the hand that Satan plays. Now Satan has crept in to turn the truth. He's crept in to deceive the viewers. So now it is made for us to justify, to say, yeah, lock them all up. Don't never let Young Thug get out. Don't never let Gunna get out. Don't never let YFN Lucci get out. Throw the key away. See, that's what they want to do. They want the viewers to be able to be satisfied from what we hear. This is what Satan does. He's very skillful. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has taught us that Satan is not the same as devil. I'm going to say that again, family. The two entities, devil and Satan, are not the same. In the Bible, it says that a devil is a wicked person. Okay. All of us have the potentials to be wicked. We understand that Allah, in his self-creation, he warred with himself. If Allah, God, is the supreme being, and he is, and he's the creator of not some things, but he's the creator of all things, then that means that he's the creator of Satan as well. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that when Allah was self-created, Satan was present. Satan came right along with him. That's a heavy, man. That's a heavy teaching, family. So when we look at our own behavior, a devil, wicked person. Wa alaikum salam, brother Jorge X. Wicked person. But we say devil is anything grafted away from original. Yeah, it is. That's true. But before anything was grafted away from the original, the devil, the potentials of Satan was already present in the original. This is why the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that when a black man turns devil, he can be 7 times worse as the Caucasian. Why? Because you are the original. If the gravitation came from the original and was abstracted from the original, and you exercise and that negative force overcomes you, it's much worse. So when we talk about a devil and we talk about Satan, see, a devil is an individual. A devil is a wicked person. We all have the potentials to be wicked. But the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said Satan is a lot different. Satan is greater than devil. Satan is highly skillful and wickedly wise. See, a devil don't always have to be wise. A devil can be a foolish. But Satan is wickedly wise, family. These are the exact words that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan used. Satan is wickedly wise with the highest manifestation of deceptive intelligence. So if Allah God in his self-creation, if he warred with himself, what was he warring with? The only time you go to war is when you trying to get the up on something. Something is challenging you. So Allah was challenging himself. Don't ever think Satan is not powerful. Don't ever disrespect Satan in the sense, oh man, I'm a child of God. I don't care nothing about no Satan. No, don't do that. Don't do that, family. Don't do that. Satan is wickedly wise and the highest manifestation of deceptive intelligence from God himself. Satan is a God. He's not the God, but he's a God. So that has to be respected. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, the white man, look at him. He said the white man is very intelligent. He's not a righteous man, but he's very intelligent. And there is no way that if we don't have the God in us activated properly, there is no way that we will be able to defeat the white man in his world and the deception and all of the mechanism and the tools that he used, skillfully used. And in this instance, I thank Allah for allowing me to be a student of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Why? Because if it wasn't for that revealing of a supreme knowledge, wisdom, and understanding connected to my own personal experiences of doing 15 years in a federal penitentiary, how would I be able to know that I seen the offset, that I seen the deceptive intelligence inside of what she said? Let's listen to what, look at what she said. Fulton County DA, Fani Williams, she said, y'all are snitching on yourselves, using rap lyrics. That's true, but that's the effect. What is the cause of the effect? Beautiful sister, very intelligent sister. But don't just look at the effect of this situation. What's the cause of it? See, that's the real press conference that needs to take place. What is the cause of the effect? See? So therefore, she's just a mouthpiece. When she started talking, you know what the first thing she said? One of the first things she said, she said, she said, get out of my county. She's claiming this county. She said, get out of my county. Look at the words. Look at the skill of her words. My county. Huh. See, there's an unseen hand behind the veil, allowing her to be the mouthpiece. This is the offset that the late, great Malcolm X talked about. Anytime truth is present, Satan, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that I'm here to unmask Satan. He's not just talking about himself. He's talking about us being students of him. He's the example. So if the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the example, and he is, and he's unmasking Satan, what are we supposed to do? Yes, we are supposed to strive in our own selves to correct our own self. But when we are in class, in the classroom, he's the greatest example that's amongst us. So if the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the perfect example of unmasking Satan, shouldn't we be taking notes? Shouldn't we be listening to the language that the master teacher is giving us so that we are equipped to be able to hear Fulton County DA Fani Williams offset the reality of cause and effect? And she said she's not going to stop. These are not her words. I want you to hear me, family. These are not her words. Because if you was really concerned about removing this, after the microphone is gone and you put your badge in your drawer at home, you will go back into the communities and you will start dialoguing with the leaders in the Black communities, striving to see how can we help these younger generations that is coming. You want to rap? You want to make music? You're talented in being able to put words together? I understand this. But our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. Have she been in the communities? Is she stepping out in the communities, really trying to see the situations and personal affairs that the Black men and women are going through in these communities? Is she really taking time? That's the question that should be asked. That's the real press conference. See? That's the real press conference, brothers and sisters. This is an offset. This is an offset. This woman said, get out of my county. Now, we know that's not your county, because in the U.S. Constitution, it said that 3/5, that the Black man and woman is 3/5 of a human being. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has already equipped us to let us know that the Black man and woman did not come to America to be citizens, to be equal. We came to be the burden barriers of the European. This is a fact. This is true. So why none of this is being mentioned? See? This is what they do, family. They allow another Black face to go out in front, to be the puppet. You're going to be the one who do all the speaking, huh? You're going to be the one to catch all the hell. But Satan, what is the definition of Satan? Satan is an entity that does not just keep evil and wickedness to himself. Satan multiplies. Satan spreads the wickedness, wickedly wise, from himself to others. This is not an individual. Satan is not just out for individualism. No. Satan spreads deceptive intelligence. And as many as he can touch to turn into himself. Brothers and sisters, this is a real war we got going on. This is a real psychological, spiritual warfare. Allah versus Satan. I ain't talking about no damn spirits flying through the clouds and all of these movies and images that they paint and they draw up. And these images that we see become our reality. So when we hear these certain words that are programmed, this is the reality that pops up in our mind. But in fact, that's not the reality at all. That's not the reality at all. So when we say that Allah versus Satan, the battle is in the sky. The battle is for your mind. The battle is trying to see, will I be able to bring him over to be deceived? We have to be able to analyze our condition and look around at our surroundings in our communities, brothers and sisters. This is why Allah allows us to go through certain things in our own personal life. This is what my YouTube channel is for. Determined to change. This is what this is for. I want to be able to have a platform to where we can understand through our own personal testimonies and experiences. Why do we go through these things? When you hear students of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say that the reality of God is a human being, don't laugh. Don't laugh at that, brothers and sisters. Don't point fingers at that. Don't shun away from that. Don't reject that. That is the truth. Truth is real love. Do you think that we would just be sitting here and You got the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan putting his life on the line against high, powerful, wicked people in high places. What do you think is backing him? There's a reality backing him that they know about. And he's sacrificing his life for many years, decades, for you and I, for us to be able to see the reality as he sees it and live in it. DA Fani Williams is afraid. She was speaking so boldly. Oh, if you don't like it, I'm going to keep on saying it. I'm going to keep on doing it. If you don't like it, get out of my county. Get out of my county. You know damn well that's not your county. You know when the cameras go off and you go into the room, you are afraid. You're asking them, how did I do? You did well. You did well. You did well. You can best believe, brothers and sisters, that behind the veil is wickedly wise Europeans. This is why we're having a hard time, because of the fear that we have of the repercussions and consequences of standing up and telling the truth. That's why. We look at our own life. We're not able to look beyond. In a spiritual sense, we're not being able to look beyond. But we say that Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior. And to a certain time, what are we reading? When we picking up scripture, how are we understanding this? When it's talking about the function and the formula that Jesus Christ used to exercise his power over Satan, to unmask Satan, to be able to defeat Satan. How? We have to remove the doubt. We have to remove our fear of the consequences. Man, if I say this, I know they're going to come to me. Yeah, they coming. But Allah is supreme. We have backup. And listen, I'm not here to act like I'm holier than thou. I'm not. I'm not here to act like I'm holier than thou. I'm just a brother, your brother, who's striving to be a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I have a past. I have a past. I've been to prison 15 years, federal penitentiary. So I had to address this, because I know that even if she does feel that way, now I'm not saying that our brothers are justified. That's not what I'm saying. Because yes, even the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has told our brothers and sisters, brother, sister, you cannot defeat Satan without the reality of God, without the true knowledge of yourself. How can you be able to go up against his deception? You can't win. But I get it. We feel if we talk about that with God-fearing men and women, that's not going to get us paid. This is why the US dollar is going down. Because Allah knows this is the God, the mighty dollar. What does it say on the dollar? In God we trust. They're not talking about Allah. No. They're talking about the European themselves. That's the God that they're talking about. That's Satan in the flesh. You can take it or you can let it alone. I'm not trying to talk down on white people. I'm just speaking the truth. And you have white people that bear witness to the truth of what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught and extended in the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Come on, man. Satan is bearing witness against himself. How can you not when Allah God is the supreme? So now they're going to continue to target hip hop. Yes. What did Hillary Clinton say, family? She said that in Chicago, she said that the gangbangers were super predators. That's what she said. So you can best believe Hillary Clinton. She's a wicked, wise woman. She's wickedly wise, family. She's still on the scene. And you know what's crazy? Listen to this. The crazy thing about this is this. We can't even be mad at her. You know why? Because she's in her nature. She's doing what she's supposed to do. If you look in the Holy Quran, Allah says to every messenger of God, he gives them opposition. Hillary Clinton is opposition. She said that the young black male was super predators. This DA, Fani Williams, she didn't use the word super predator, but she didn't have to because I caught the language. I see what's going on. So Hillary Clinton, the deception, that spirit of wickedness is coming through our sister, Fani Williams. You can take it or you can let it alone, man. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I feel. I know what I hear. I know what I see. I know what I've been through. I know what I've experienced. I know what's going on. I think about country music. I think about hard rock metal music. I think about all the Caucasian music. You don't see them being targeted. You don't see country music being targeted. You don't see rock metal music being targeted. You don't see soft rock being targeted. The only one that is being targeted is rap music, hip hop music. Why? Country music does not influence the world. Rock metal music does not influence the world. Soft rock music does not influence the whole world. I want you to hear me, family. Hip hop, the culture, what hip hop originally stood for, influenced the whole world. So Satan is still at work. So I'm asking black people, I don't care what your denomination is. I don't care what your religious preference is. Can't you see that God is trying to get us to understand that we have to rise above our titles? The war is on, family. It's a psychological war. And if we continue to keep saying, oh, I'm a Christian, I don't mess with the Muslims, don't think that you're doing God a favor. I'm going to say that again. Don't think that you're doing God a favor. Cornering yourself from your brother and sister that's in the same condition that you're in. You are afraid to be able to think and extend your courage, your bravery, because deep down you know that those in high places that claim these religions is wickedness. You know that, but you are afraid. So you hold on to your little bitty worshiping. Long as you okay, or you think you okay. You ain't okay. They see you. We see you. You can't hide from this war. God is not going to allow none of us to hide from this psychological warfare. So we might as well face it and do what's right and strive to do what's right about it. Glory be to God. Man, when I seen this, brothers and sisters, I said, I got to go live about this. This is an offset. If you study and you look at the pattern, anytime black men and women come together in unity, that's our power. That's our key to being able to flourish and to produce righteousness in the hereafter. That's the key. Don't you see it? Don't we see it? This is the key, family. Every time black people get together and start doing something positive, we have to stop doing it. Here come an outside entity telling us what we can and what we can't do. Look at the other situation. The brother who's an artist in New York City. He paints this beautiful mural of a lot of black leaders. Some have died for the cause, for our liberation, to see us exercise freedom, justice, and equality. Not just Muslims, Christians, some with no religious preferences. But you know what we all had in common? Black men and women. Black men and women. Same condition. This is why we can never get over the hump, because Satan, in his deceptive intelligence, he knows how to look at the weak ones, and he studied our desires that we have in ourselves. He creates certain situations, and he knows our desires, and he turned our desires into our own impediments. I'm going to say that again. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says Satan is wickedly wise. Connect the dots. Why we can't connect the dots? The prudent man in this world is the Caucasian. This is his world. Look on the money. Who's on the money? This is his world. His world is not a righteousness. It's a wicked world that he created in the last 6,000 years. That's true. All of the evidence is here in the scriptures. If it was not for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, we would not know how to identify the stories in the scriptures. You can take it or you can let it alone, family. You can let it alone. That man, and it's hard for us to believe that. It's hard for us to believe a little born Georgia man with a speech impediment that only completed the 3rd grade was chosen by God himself to be the one to bring the wisdom out of the scriptures that we had no knowledge of. Because if we did, our condition wouldn't be like this here. But now you see an entity on the scene in the Nation of Islam Look at the discipline in the nation. Look at the organization. Look at how it's organized in the nation of Islam. See, you so worried about hearing the word Islam, it throws you off. We've been trained and shaped in iniquity to be thrown off when we hear certain words. We've been programmed, family. It starts from the television. Tell our vision. It's telling us a lie. It's telling us a vision that is false, that is a lie. It starts with that. It starts in the food, the chemicals. You don't hear nobody teaching like the Nation of Islam going off into the food, how Satan is turning us out in the food, family. What are you waiting to see? The war has already started. What are you waiting on? How does God fight back? How does God prove that he's God? How does God prove that he's supreme? He proves it through another human being. God said that man is the glory. He didn't say a glory. He said man is the glory. What does that mean? The and a is two different realities. We have to be careful when we're talking about the and a. You have to be careful with words. One word can change up the reality. One word can change up the perception. This is why in the Nation of Islam, actual facts, people laugh. Oh, look at them robots. Oh, they robots. No, this is what civilized worlds, civilized people, in the scriptures it says, how can you become a new man without a new mind? How can you become a new woman without a new mind? Civilized. So you're looking at the entity in the Nation of Islam. You hear brothers and sisters going deep into the mathematics, going deep into the science, going deep into the chemistry, coming up with things about the food. See, our Christian family don't believe that. It's not your fault. I understand. Oh, I can eat whatever I want. I believe in God. I can eat whatever I want. I'm in the spirit of Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. Stop doing that. Stop using that for an excuse. Fasting is prescribed, not just for the Muslim. Fasting is prescribed for the human being. I want y'all to hear me, family. Fasting is prescribed for the human being. God is not a spook. God is not a mystery. Why would God create a materialistic universe, but yet himself, being supreme, be immaterial? That does not make sense. That does not make sense. You don't think that Allah wants us to understand and be able to break down why the European race is the only race that is rapidly decreasing on the planet Earth? Why do you think that is so? The white man has been trying to kill the black man ever since he's been in power. He's been trying to, you know how many darker people of the world he's killed? My goodness. My goodness. So we can identify Satan. It ain't just one person. It's an entity that is coming through a race, a force, a movement, a manifestation of the opposite in contrast to righteousness. Look in his history. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say, we have your history. We can look in the last 6,000 years and bring you back up all the way in everything that you ever touched. Everywhere you went, you found a people already there. And what did you do when you found people already there? You deceived them, wickedly wise. You deceived them and you destroyed and killed them and you murdered them and you enslaved them and you took over that land. That is not of God. The righteousness of God ain't going to do that. That never happened before 6,000 years. You can take it or you can let it alone. You cannot find anywhere in human history. Before the white man came on the planet, yes, he came through us. Yes, he did. But that doesn't mean that it was an evil thing done. No. Look at God. Look how intelligent God is. When God was warm with himself, God said, I have to manifest this and I have to, I got to bring this out and I got to put some flesh on it. So when I see it, I can defeat it and destroy it forever. Come on, family. Where do you think this teaching come from? This teaching come nowhere else but from the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You laugh. Ah, look at them with the bow ties on. They selling bean pies. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Ooh, I know they hot. Ooh, they got all them suits on. They knocking on the door with all them final call newspapers. All they paper boys. Look at the women. They covered up from head to toe. I know they hot. I'm laughing. Laughing. Why do you think the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, I don't want the women going out at night. I don't want the women working at night. Brothers, be extra careful at nighttime. Why? Why? Because we knew a mind that we was going up against. Where did he get this intelligence from? If he only completed the 3rd grade with a speech impediment, where was he able to get this type of knowledge, supreme wisdom and supreme understanding? Where did he get it? Come on, Christian family. I know y'all ain't that naive. Why would the prudent man go into your scriptures and look? You're not the prudent man. The white man is the prudent man in the scriptures. You and I are the babes. The wisdom will be kept from the prudent man and given unto the babes. Who do you think the babes are? The babes are you and I. Why are we the babes? Because we are a undeveloped people. We're undeveloped. We're not civilized. They've allowed us to turn on ourselves. Let me tell y'all something. I noticed this. When Kevin Gates came out and said, man, the hell with Black Lives Matter. He said, because black people, the only person that ever did me wrong was a black person. Don't you know how many praises he got? You know how many views and likes and ratings he got when he said that? Why? It's not because he was right. It's because of the self-hate that we have for one another and what we have for ourselves. That's why. They're not clapping and say, oh, yeah, man, because it's right. In fact, it is right. But that's the effect. What is the cause of it? What is the cause of it? See? We got to get to the cause, and we have to work our way back up to the effect. See? And we always say, oh, man, we're always talking about the white man. Damn, we can't keep on talking about the white man. Why not? Why not? Because the reason why we have to continue to talk about him and keep busting his head putting it on the white man is because we cannot forget about the cause of it. If we just try to continue to start at the effect, it's gonna be a stalemate. It's going to be a stalemate. Come on, y'all. I'm 41 years young, man. I remember back in the day when hip-hop wasn't like it is now. My older brothers and sisters, y'all remember when hip-hop was positive? You look at hip-hop now, but we can't blame them. We can't blame the babies of the generation of hip-hop. Know why? Because they only speaking the reality of what they see on an everyday basis. They only speaking the reality of the way that they grew up. They only speaking of a reality of how they were shaped in iniquity. They're only expressing the reality of what they've witnessed and experienced in their own personal life. Most of them. And I don't care if the ones that he ain't never been through nothing. He ain't street. He ain't did this. He ain't did that. Yeah, but guess what? He's been surrounded by it. He knows somebody in his family that's been in and out of prison, mass incarceration. He knows what it looks like for a dope fiend or a person smoking crack to be in his family. He knows what it means for a homosexual or a lesbian to be in his family. He's witnessed this. He's seen this. And it was all done by design. So yes, we're going to continue to get after the white man and bust him up. Yes. Do we need to do better as a people? Absolutely. Of course. That's first. Of course. Absolutely. We have to continue to connect. Let me read something to you. Listen to this, family. Listen to this. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say we have to be understanding. He says we have to be understanding. He says he who walks with his brother. No, this is a hadith from Prophet Muhammad. He who walks with his brother in one of his affairs and advises him truthfully, God will make between him and the fire 7 trenches. The distance between each trench will be as between the heavens and the earth. What does that mean? Let's break this down. Let me read it one more time. The Prophet Muhammad said, he who walks with his brother in one of his affairs and advises him truthfully, God will make between him and the fire 7 trenches. The distance between each trench will be as between the heavens and the earth. What does that mean, brothers and sisters? It means that we have to be more concerned about the conditions of our young brothers so they won't have to be going through the RICO. So when you see the Nation of Islam in the communities knocking on doors, striving to give our people the truth of themselves, that's what love is. We don't even have the true definition of what love is. We don't. I'll be the first to raise my hand. I'm a victim. We don't know what love really means. Oh, I love this person. As soon as something comes up, you out the door. I'm gone. Oh, I got to get up out of here. I'm out. That's not love. That's not love. That's not love. Love starts with the knowledge of God and self. How can you say you love somebody else and you don't even have the knowledge of self and truth? What the most honorable Elijah Muhammad has been teaching us, extended through the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan family, that's truth. You think this man is going to sit there and lie all these years? You think he's going to sit there and lie all these years about what's going on? They put radiation in him. Glory be to God. They tried to kill him in his insides. They gave him radiated seeds, and it ate up his insides. Do you know this? Do you know this? Why? The question is why? Why would they do this? Because that is the leader, that is the boldest leader that we have ever seen. You can take it or let it alone. Besides the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, this is the greatest leader that Black people have ever had. And wickedly wise people in high places are afraid. Why are they afraid? Why? Because just as Satan multiplies and spreads his wickedness, on the contrast, Allah, God, a being that possessed power and force, is spreading righteousness and truth and the true definition of what love is on the other side. So they have to get him out the way because they can't continue to have the multiplication of true love, the true knowledge of self, the true knowledge of God being manifested and being produced and being exercised. They cannot have that because their world is closing down. Y'all know this. Y'all acting like y'all don't know this. Y'all know this, man. You know the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has never lied to us. You know this. You don't want to follow him because you're afraid. You try to justify why not to follow him. No, you're afraid of the repercussions and consequences from your open enemy, the white man, the Caucasian, the European. You can take it or you can let it alone. We have all the receipts. We have all the actual facts. All of our people. If you're a Black person, indigenous person, don't you know when we divide ourselves, that's white supremacy? They're still ruling us without being present. Oh, I'm a holistic. Oh, I'm a 5%er. Oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Oh, I'm a Moor. We don't mess with y'all. We don't mess with them over there. See, that's their own. That's white supremacy. That's white supremacy. This is why the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, without the true knowledge of self and God, there is no way that it's impossible to defeat Satan. It's impossible. Without the true knowledge of yourself and the true knowledge of God and the history and the events, the formula, the function, it's impossible to be able to conquer the world of the white man. It's no way that we'll be able to do it without the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You can record it. I'm putting it on the record. Put it on the record. I'm saying that. And I stand on that. And I would die for that. There is not, listen, I'm not perfect. But in my heart, I know. Can't nobody take my personal experiences away from me. You can't take that away from me. 15 years in a federal penitentiary. In the darkest times of my life, I studied for hours trying to find loopholes, trying to find default in the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I studied hours trying to find, oh, this is wrong. I found none. Everything that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has said, he's never had to come back into the public and say, oh, I know I said this, but I was wrong. Talk to me. Somebody talk to me. Have you ever heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan make a mistake? I challenge you. I don't care what your denomination is. I challenge you. Just because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is a Muslim, you try to justify because that's not your title. Oh, that's y'all leader. That makes my blood boil. I cringe when I hear that. When I look at my brothers and sisters in a worse condition, and they say, oh, that's y'all leader. And you ask them, who is your leader? Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ is my leader. Yeah, where is he? Who is he? They can't tell you. Come on, family. That's sad. I'm not making fun of it. That's a real issue. That's something that we cannot leave you like this. We can't leave it like that. Oh, that's y'all leader. Okay, well, who is your leader? Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Okay, very good. Where is he? What's his function? I ain't got to tell you. No, I'm not trying to be funny, brother. I'm not trying to be funny, sister. You're hurt. You're sick. We're sick. The scriptures say, how will they ever know unless they have a teacher? And how can they have a teacher unless the teacher be sent? What are y'all waiting on? We got to learn how to recognize. Why do you think the government don't like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, family? Come on, y'all. Read about the Jesus in your Bible. They didn't like him. It wasn't too many people following Jesus 2,000 years ago. Why? Because deceptive intelligence, the same people that's in charge right now, I'm talking about the European, wickedly wise, 2,000 years ago, the same wickedly wise Europeans was in charge then, 2,000 years ago, when that Jesus said that the Comforter will come in my name. His enemies were Europeans. This is not this is real. His enemies were Europeans. Rome. Y'all know where Rome is? Come on, y'all. We know the Romans, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, the scribes. They writing false things about Jesus. Who is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? Who is his enemies of today? The Sadducees, the Pharisees, the scribes, the media. Stop being afraid to connect the dots. The Comforter will come in my name. That's right. That's right. Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was a great man. He was a great man. He was. Martin Luther King was a great man. But even though he was a great man, did not mean that he didn't have the knowledge and the understanding of the times, and he didn't know how to recognize his enemy until he had a meeting with the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. See, every time you look away from the Nation of Islam, every time you look away from reading Message to the Black Man, Every time you look away from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, every time you push away the Nation of Islam, you're not doing God a favor, family. You're hurting yourself. There is, what other formula are you going to use? You can't keep saying Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, because you're going to have to literally activate it. You're going to have to activate it. Look, I don't know what I would do without the teachings of the Nation of Islam. I'm just being real with you. I'm not promoting nothing. I'm telling you from my own experience. That's a hell of a curriculum. The Nation of Islam becoming civilized, that's a hell of a curriculum. It's a hell of a formula. I haven't seen any formula stronger than that. I've studied years in the penitentiary. I've studied Moors. I've studied a 5%er. I've studied Christianity. I've studied Judaism. I've studied Egyptology. I've studied so many things, great things in all of them. It's truth in all of them. But let me show you what Satan did to keep us divided. He mixed truth with falsehood. See, anytime truth is present, truth is strong, it's powerful. But you put enough truth in there just to keep you right there. Just enough truth. Give you a little truth, and he floods you with falsehood. Flood you with tricks and lies. So we're confused. God said that I'm not the author of confusion. He did say it. Look at the condition of America. Look at the condition of our system. Look at our communities. We're confused. In the scriptures it says, God said, I was listening for the moaning and the groaning, seeing if it was all on one accord. I will go down now. The people are suffering. I will go down. I ain't sending nobody. I will go down. It's not talking about literally going down out of the clouds. It's talking about the supreme knowledge, wisdom, and understanding will come down, and it will be activated in a human being that will be able to defeat white supremacy. You can take it or you can let it alone, family. There is no power that has run the world like white supremacy in the last 6,000 years. I'll wait. None. Nothing is higher than white supremacy in the last 6,000 years until the most honorable Elijah Muhammad came out and said that the black man is God. And so is his woman. Why do you think the White House called the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and it wanted to invite him to the White House? Oh, can we get you to come to the White House so we can talk to you? We hear you saying some stuff and we want to invite you. We want to invite you to check it out. We just want to talk to you. Listen to his answer. I'm the messenger of God. You want to come talk to me? You come to me. You want to know why I know what I know. Come on, family. All this technology that we have right now, and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad only completed the 3rd grade with a speech impediment. Where did he get it? Where's all this event? We talking about in 1930s and 40s and 50s. He's talking about things that the technology haven't caught up with yet. Oh, come on, family. This is heavy. This is heavy. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Lord have mercy. Family, in closing, I don't want to go too much. In closing, I want to go back to the DA, Fani Williams, Fulton County. She was put up to do what she did. Nobody can tell me anything different. She's a very intelligent, know how to articulate her words. She can articulate her words. But as a Black woman, she can't escape. You can't escape our condition. God is going to make sure that you don't escape. And I'm saying it to every last one of us. Don't sell out. Don't be a sellout, because you won't be able to escape. Yes, the opposition can give you money. We've been deprived all of our lives, our mother lives, our grandmother lives, our great-grandmother lives, our great-great-grandmother lives. All of us have been deprived of a nice life. I'm saying not verbatim. You got sprinkles of people that can millionaires and billionaires and stuff like that. Money can buy happiness. It can. Don't say money can't buy happiness, because it can. It can buy happiness. My sister Kane was just saying this the other night. Money can buy happiness. It can. But what money can't buy is peace. Money can't buy peace. Money can buy happiness, but it can't buy peace. I'm going to say that again, family. I want you to hear this. For all of my brothers that want to rap, you want to be an artist, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Go after that. But I'm saying, be careful. Your brother is not your enemy. That's not your enemy. That's not your enemy. The real enemy is closing in on us. Don't be afraid to self-improve. When you see those brothers coming in your city with the bow ties and the suits on, coming with those Final Call newspapers, coming with the bean pies, don't walk away. Those are your brothers. Those brothers are coming to help you. Those brothers are coming to assist you in whatever you want to do. Great, man. Don't walk away from them. When you see them, that is real love. Because we're coming to give you truth about yourself that you never knew. So, family, I just wanted to come up here and address Fulton County DA Fani Williams. You tried it. You tried it, sister. You tried it. But we know that behind the scene, the unseen hand is the wicked, wise Caucasian European. He's got you up to doing all of his dirty work. We know that that's not your county. Even though you said, don't do it in my county. We know that that's not your county. You know that that's not your county. You know that. You know who that county belongs to. Sister, don't you forget, in the U.S. Constitution, they said that a black man was 3/5 of a human being. Do you feel the same way? That's the question that I'm asking you. Do you feel that the black man is 3/5 of a human being? Brothers and sisters, if there is anything that I said that has rubbed anybody the wrong way, that is not my true intention at all. Not at all, family. But if there is something that I said of benefit, understand that it comes directly from Allah through me. I am a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and I'm striving to help him get our people to the other side. And in the midst of doing that, I have to continue to strive to correct my own error. I ain't never above because I come on here and go live and I share with you the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because I'm hearing myself. As I'm speaking, I'm learning from myself to build up myself, to get stronger and stronger in my faith. In my faith. We can't, there is no other way that we're going to be able to win, family. I'm telling you. Don't be afraid to go into the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Look, I wrote my own book, Determined to Change. This is my book that I wrote. I became an author from my personal experiences, from my personal testimonies and things that I've been through. I got people DMing me saying, hey, I need that book. My son is in prison. My dad is in prison. This is a real life situation. I did 15 years in a federal penitentiary at the age of 19. I didn't get out until I was 34 years old. I'm 41 years old now. I still fall on my face. It's a lot of things that I'm still learning. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed to say that. It's a lot of things that I'm still learning. All praise is due to Allah. All praise is due to Allah. So, family, if you are interested in receiving this book, you can go to determinedtochange.org. Let me put it right here so you can see it. And then we're going to get on up out of here. This is my book, Determined to Change. It ain't no big book. It ain't big. I get right to it. I was exposed to a world I had no knowledge of. I didn't really understand that the white man was wickedly wise until I went to the penitentiary. I wasn't worried about no police brutality and all that when I was on the street. I never thought about that one time. I never thought about police brutality when I was on the street before prison. Because I was shaped in a world. I was saturated in iniquity on how I was raised. I ain't talking about from my father or from my mother. I'm saying what I was exposed to. See, it's the things that we are exposed to. So we turn on our moms, we turn on our dads. We see them and we make them the enemy. It's your fault I'm like this. No. It's bigger than mama. It's bigger than daddy. Oh man, I ain't know my daddy. I grew up with my father. I didn't grow up with my mother. I love my mom, but my dad, and I still went to the penitentiary. That show you how strong iniquity is. That show you how strong an environment is when it's shaped with drugs and gangs and the school system, the school prison pipeline. Y'all think that's a game? That's real. That's a real reality. The school prison pipeline. That's a reality. I'm just telling you. That's a reality. People say that's not true. Oh man, that ain't true. Yes, it is. How you gonna tell me? I lived it. I experienced it. I didn't understand it when I was going through it, but once I got to the penitentiary, I was able to reflect everything. Wow. As the years went by, 19 years old, man. I was a youngster in a hell of a situation. It was me versus the United States of America. Come on. You know what that did to my mind? When I seen that, my paperwork, my name versus the United States of America. Boy, they tried to make me seem like I was just the biggest damn villain in the world. I said, oh my God. Me versus the United States of America? Really? Damn, this is what y'all think of me? That's why I was so attached to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan when I first heard him. I knew that was the void that I was missing. You want to know more? Here you go. Brothers and sisters, if you want to know more, here you go. You know somebody that's incarcerated. Don't act like you don't know. No. You know somebody that's incarcerated. A loved one. Somebody that you love. Man, I miss them. Yeah, I know. Man, I just don't understand. Look here. Let me be of some assistance to give you just a little bit so you can start to understand. Damn, that's how it go down? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's how it go down. And it's all strategically designed. See, prison is not to get you to come out, oh man, and you did it and you rehabilitated. All of that is tricks and lies. Prison is to make you destruct and to destroy yourself. Put that on the record. Prison is designed to break you. That's a fact. But Allah, God says in the Quran, he says that Satan plans. He said, but what? I'm the best of what? Planners. Allah say, Satan planned, but I'm the best of planners. Let me tell y'all something. Always be on your best behavior because you never know. You might be entertaining an angel. And I'm here to tell you, I bear witness. I ran into so many angels in prison. I ain't spooked out. I don't believe in no spook angel or no spook God. I'm telling you, it's angels in prison with life sentences. Boy, y'all didn't hear me. Y'all didn't hear me. God allowed human beings to be positioned. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Some of them don't even know they angels. But look at the intelligence of God. God allowed me to start understanding, oh, man, I got another opportunity to go back to society. I meet people that have a life sentence and 2 life sentences, 50, 60 years, been locked up 20, 30, 40 years. How can you imagine talking to somebody that's been locked up for 35 years? My God. Come on, family. Let me tell you. Listen, I was talking to he was a white man. He was a white man. I asked him, how long you been locked up? The man told me it was the year 2001. I would never forget it. I had been in prison for 1 year. The white man told, I said, how long you been locked up? I had been locked up for 1 year. The man told it was 2000. Now I want you to remember, it was 2001. It was 2001. The man told me he had been locked up since 1965. God is my witness. 1966 or It was somewhere, and I said, oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I said, wait a minute. I'm going to need you to say that again. What? You've been locked up how long? I said, oh my God, this is real. This is real, man. It's real. There is no spook God, family. We talk about angels. They don't know it. They don't know that they're angels. They don't know it. And I started figuring it out when I was doing my time. I said, man, look at this. Young brothers coming in, shaped in iniquity, gang banging, tattooed up, come in prison, get more tattoos, come in and gang bang some more. Look at what the angels is doing. They getting to them, working out with them, exercising with them. Read this, brother. I just got this book in. Read this, brother. You got 72 hours to read this book. And after you finish, I want you to break this book down to me. See, that's beautiful. I never went to college. I graduated from high school. But as soon as I graduated from high school, I was already in the streets. And the feds scooped me right on up. See, I didn't have a long run in the streets. I had a little money. But God always had his hand on me, and I did not even know it. My mind was get money. Get to the fly whips. Always dripping in nice gear. I always had nice gear. Keep on a fresh pair of J's. That was me. But I never knew that God had his hand on me. I didn't have a long run with money. I didn't have a long run doing what I was doing because God said, snatch me right up. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, brothers getting 3 and 4 years. I'm running into brothers. Brothers coming in. I was a youngster at 24 years old. I had 5 years under my belt. I had 5 years in the penitentiary. So when brothers was coming in that was 20, 21 years old, they was looking at me like, damn, bro, you know a lot, man. How old are you? I'm 23. I'm 24. Damn, brother. How you know that already? Man, I've been locked up since I was 19. Damn, for real? Yes, sir. Yep. Then when I got 30, I had 11 years under my belt in the penitentiary. At 30 years old, I missed all of my 20s. None of my 20s was on the street. I don't know what it feels like to be 20-some years old in my prime and be on the streets. I missed all of that. I don't know what that is. So I have difficulty. Come home, being in relationships with grown women. I don't really know how to function with a grown woman. That's real. I didn't understand about credit and getting houses and being able to deal with grown women and their mindsets. I came home at 34 years old, still had the mindset of a 21-year-old. I'm not embarrassed to say that. That's a reality that I went through. That's something that's real. I came home, I was nervous. I was scared. I remember before I came home, people would say, man, you're going to be nervous when you get out. After doing 15 years, I was like, man, I'm ready to go home. I can't wait. I'm finna go get money. I'm finna go do this. I'm finna go do that. And you start talking like that when you got, it's easy to say that when you got 10 years left. Then you got 9 years left. Then you got 8 years left. You still sitting on the compound, chopping it up with the fellas. Oh, man, yeah, when I get out, man, I'm finna go get that money. Shit, boy, I say I'm finna go do this. I'm finna go own this. And then after I do this, I'm gonna go do this right here. Put this bread up. Oh, it sounds so good. When you're sitting around with the fellas and the homies and you just chopping it up, see, you already know you still got time. I got 7 years left. Man, when I get to the house, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Oh, but when it sneak up on you, man, I got 6 months left. It started hitting you. Lord have mercy. What am I going to do? Everybody coming up to you. Boy, you short. You short, boy. You finna go to the house, boy. Boy, you finna get to the world, boy. How long you been gone, youngster? I remember when I first came in, I was youngster to a lot of people. I was the young, they called me youngster when I first came in. On my way home, I still looked young, but I was 34 years old. My brother did 22 on his way home now. Praise be to Allah. All praise be to Allah, King Mansa Musa, 1400. Praise be to Allah. Everybody don't make it home. I'm going to say that again. Everybody does not make it home. You know how many days I dreamed that I wouldn't make it home? Getting into it with somebody, getting stabbed. You got a better chance getting shot living a shot wound than a stab wound. Y'all didn't hear me. Y'all did not hear me. See a person get stabbed and die and take their last breath. You don't hear me. Crying in your bed with the covers over your head. God, I want to go home. Please let me out of here. Oh, what have I done? Boy. I'm here to tell you. This is how I was able to write the book, Determined to Change. I got to change. If it was not for the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, I couldn't have never wrote this. I couldn't have never put this together. I wouldn't have knew how to put it together. I couldn't have been recording the things that I was experiencing through different time frames in my life in prison. A lot of people say, man, you got all these tattoos. You got tattoos on your face, all on your neck, your back of your neck, your back, your chest. You got tattoos everywhere, brother. Man, what all on your what's going on? What's going on with you, brother? I said, brother, every tattoo I have on me was a phase in my life that I was experiencing certain realities in my development. And that is the way that was my outlet. That was my way to express what I was going through at that time. Y'all didn't hear me. I want y'all to hear me, family. I didn't do this for entertainment. This was giving me peace. This was soothing me to express myself because I was finding my way. I was finding myself, but it was expressions. It was expressions of the things that I was dealing with at that time in my life. So, family, I'm telling you, it's angels in prison. It's angels there. Satan think he's winning by mass incarceration. But Allah, he has something for that. Allah say, I already planned for that. I already can counter to that. You gonna fill them up? I got something for you. Because it's angels waiting to give you the truth. And when you go back out, those who are blessed to go back out, they come back out equipped from the angels that Allah had in place. Let me tell y'all something, man. I close with this. This is the last testimony. And I'm going to close with this, family. When you in prison, it's nothing like having a family in prison. Damn, what you mean, brother? A family in prison? What you mean? When I tell you, you get attached to brothers. When it's time for somebody to go home, you walking them to the gate. It might be 10, 12, 20 people walking one person home. We all clapping and hollering, yeah, man, you going home. You going to the house, baby. You start crying. You start crying because it's a real love. It's a real love, man. You got 10 years left. Somebody die in your family, you can't go to the funeral. What shoulder you gonna cry on? Your mom passed. Your dad passed. One of your children passed. Your grandmother that you loved, that was your mom your whole life, she passed. Who you gonna cry to? Who can you turn to let it out? You got to turn to each other. We learn to love one another, man. We learn to love each other. Hey, you hungry? You might be doing bad. Man, I ain't got no commissary. Damn, I ain't got nobody send me no money in the from in the world. Damn, man, I'm doing bad right now. Guess who coming to the rescue? You got real homies, man. We finna spread. We finna make a nacho. Man, I ain't really got nothing. Man, get you a bowl, man. Go get your bowl, man, and come on, man. Quit tripping, bro. Man, go get your bowl. Man, the Super Bowl finna come on. Man, I don't know if y'all remember, we used to watch Sons of Anarchy. It was a TV show. Man, Sons of Anarchy finna, go get your stuff, man. You don't have no commissary in your locker. One of your homies come by. Man, what's up, man? What you got in your locker? Man, I ain't got nothing right now. I'm doing bad right now. Man, give me a $50 commissary list. Man, go get you $50 worth of commissary. Man, you for real? Man, come on, man. I'm going to commissary this evening, man. Write me a list with $50 worth of stuff. I don't care what it is. Get what you need, bro. Do y'all hear me? You have that bond. You have that bond. To see him leave, to see them go, you cry, man. Real grown men, we crying. Damn, man. Love you, dog. Love you, bro. Love you, man. Man, don't come back. Don't come back. You want to see him go, but you don't want to see him go. That's a hell of a feeling. That's a hell of a feeling, family. That's a hell of a feeling. I went through that over and over and over and over again. So this is why my movement, this is why I created my YouTube channel, Determined to Change. This all I got. This all I got. That's all I got. If there is something that I said, family, and I rub anybody the wrong way, that's not my true intention. But if there is something that I said to benefit, understand that it comes directly from Allah through me. May Allah continue to bless every last one of you. I will continue to go live. We will continue to learn together. I will continue to bring life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I will continue to talk about my own personal testimony. And that's what I want you, while I'm going live and I'm talking. I know you're listening to me. All praise is due to Allah. But I want you to think about your story. I want you to think about your testimony. I want you to think about your personal life, because I'm telling you right now, God is not a mystery. God is not a spook. God is real. And until you stop thinking that God is something somewhere else and that's coming back to save you, your condition is not going to change. God has given you all the attributes and everything that you need inside of yourself. If mama say, oh, don't be listening to that, mama, in all respect, I love you, but you got your own spirit. Grandmama, I love you, but you got your own spirit. You can't tell me to stop listening to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Everything this man has said has been a reality. I'm a student of him. Everything that I told you and the way I broke it down and explained it to you, I could have never did it without the curriculums of the self-improvement coming from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I'm just telling you, you can take it or you can let it alone. So family, may Allah continue to bless you and your families. I'm about to get on up out of here, man, you know. But hey, we'll be back very, very soon. Listen, go and subscribe to my YouTube page, Winford X. Okay? I'm about to build my YouTube page up. I'm going to build on my YouTube page so we can have these talks. We can get off into the comments on the YouTube. And I'm able to answer questions. Let's have this time where we may be hundreds and thousands of miles away from one another, But we can utilize this technology. We can utilize social media to come together to be determined to change. So with that being said, I greet you in the greeting words of peace, which we say in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum.